Yellow. Today, we're not making fudge, we're making something so much better. We're making holy fudge or divinity fudge, thanks to Mrs. Daniel White from Williamsburg, Pennsylvania. Now, as you can see, I've thoroughly used this community cookbook and I have sort of a love for these. They're very strange, they're full of weird old recipes. I had no idea what divinity fudge or divinity candy or party divinity, as it's called, or seafoam candy. I had no idea what these are. And even doing research, I looked into it and it was like, well, it's like a southern candy, but I don't know. Some of these recipes are from South Dakota. And the one we're making today is from Pennsylvania, from Miss J. Daniel White, who's the president of the Church of God. Now, if you don't know anything about community cookbooks, they're usually like just sort of a collection from whatever. In this case, it's from an organization called the Church Ladies of God, I think. I'm not actually sure, I can't recall because the cover's gone and most other identifying things on this are totally destroyed. So I'm just gonna read the recipe as she wrote it, and then I will talk about everything else. So first off, so I guess I should say, first of all, I'm cutting this entire recipe in half because I don't want a giant amount of divinity fudge. I just don't want to have to eat all of this. But for the full recipe, it's 3 cups of sugar, 1/2 cup of light corn syrup, which is the corn syrup you find in the store that's the clear corn syrup, not the dark corn syrup. A 1/2 cup of cold water, 2 egg whites, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, and optional chopped nuts. So now we're gonna read her instructions. So we're gonna place sugar, syrup, and water in pan over slow heat. Stir only until sugar is dissolved. Cook to soft ball stage. So soft ball stage is 240 degrees. If you have a thermometer, like a meat thermometer, you can use it, it'll probably be okay. You'll be able to get a reading. If not, you can do it the old-fashioned way, which is take a cup of cold water and you literally take some of the sugar, drop it in there, and it'll form a soft ball. Like you could pick it up and squeeze it and it'll be kind of squishy, but it should hold its shape. So that's soft ball stage. Beat egg whites for 2 minutes at high speed until stiff. Continue beating. Pour half the syrup slowly over the egg whites. Continue beating. Cook remaining sugar, or syrup, until it forms a hard ball in cold water. That's about 260 degrees or so. And again, you could just do it in water, it'll make a firmer ball. You can squeeze, but it'll more keep its shape. Add gradually to syrup and egg mixture. Then you're gonna add your vanilla, continue beating until candy is thick enough to drop from a spoon. Add nuts, stir them in, it doesn't say that. Stir them in, place on grease platter, cool. Now, what I love about these community cookbooks is that sometimes they have like personal notes about things. So this one has one specifically, personal note. This is the recipe I used to make candy for the boys in service when candy was hard to get. Now, a couple notes about Divinity Fudge. I looked it up because I have no idea what this is. What I read is that it's a candy probably originating at the turn of the 20th century, so the early 1900s in the South. Although, like I said, a couple of these recipes are not from the South. I mean, one is Indiana, Pennsylvania, South Dakota. I don't think that's really very Southern, but there is Georgia, Alabama, Tennessee. But when I was reading into it, and it's kind of interesting that it says it's from the South, but I don't necessarily know if that's true or not. One of the big downsides of this candy is it's very light, and if you make it when there's a lot of humidity, it'll just become divinity goo. You might want some divinity goo, that's a personal choice, but I don't really know if it is necessarily a Southern candy, although this does certainly sound like a Southern candy because essentially what we're making is nougat. We're taking egg whites and we're mixing in a hot sugar syrup, and you're making sort of a nougat. If you're wondering what nougat is, it's like what's inside of a Three Musketeers bar. So you're basically making drops of nougat that you can eat as candy. Now, like I said, I have never had this before. I've never seen it before. I'm not from the South. I don't know if people in the South have this. Maybe you can tell me if you do. Again, I've never seen this before. And I was just flipping through this and I saw that and I said, there's several recipes for this too, so I thought I would make it. And as I read the instructions, I realized that this is just nougat, essentially. And one more thing about the little personal note in here. Considering these books, I know this one was from like 65, I think. So you have to assume whoever Miss J. Daniel White is, she's at least 50, 40? So she's probably talking about sending this off to the boys in service, as in World War II. Now, I don't know how you would send this and it not just deteriorate. I don't think this is going to the Pacific. But even in Europe, I don't know how this would survive the mail. But I guess she found some way to do that. So congratulations, Mrs. Daniel White. And then also for half of this recipe I'm gonna make, I'm gonna add some candied cherries in as well. I figured that'll be kind of fun or something. Or it won't be good at all, I have no idea. All right, well, let's get started. All right, so I figure we'll start by getting the egg whites done. So I'm just gonna do a little bit of salt in there. And then I'm gonna start by whipping these up. Now you can also do it by hand, so you can do that too if you really want. I usually do if it's a small amount, but I figured I would just use this considering I'm gonna have to add all the syrup later too. All right, I got it to sort of a soft peak stage. I'm just gonna leave it here for now because I figure we'll start the syrup, and then while the syrup is actually warming up, we'll come back to this and we'll get it to a stiff peak so we can then start pouring the syrup in. So off camera, I'm warming up the syrup right now. I don't think I really need to show you that, it's pretty self-explanatory. So we're just gonna come back and whip these up. All right, so now we're gonna add in about half of this amount. Now that's at 235 or softball stage, and we'll just whip it in. Okay, well now that it looks like glue, now we're going to take the rest of this and we're going to get it up to the hard ball stage where we're about 250, 255. All right, so I got it up to about 260 or so, just because I want to make sure that this actually sets, because that's the one thing I did read is that a lot of time if it's not at the hard ball stage, if it's not actually ready to go, the syrup that is, that this won't set, which makes sense, right? You want it to actually firm up, not just like this weird goo stuff that I currently have. This is Divinity goo I currently have. So I'm gonna scrape down the sides a bit. It actually feels like Elmer's glue, I'm not gonna lie. How appetizing. All right, I'm gonna add syrup in, the rest of it. Very slowly, because you don't wanna get this too hot too quick. All right, I'm gonna get the spatula to get what's left in here out. Now we mix until it all comes together, I guess. At this point, I'm gonna add the vanilla in as well. Now the instructions say do this until it's thick enough to drop from a spoon, and I think this is the consistency. Again, I don't really know, so we're just gonna sort of go with this, especially considering when I take a spoon, it's like really, really thick. All right, so I guess I'll mix in the nuts now, and then we'll put it on our tray, and that will be that. I definitely see how you have to make this kind of quick, or this this starts to solidify pretty quickly. So you definitely want to keep this from cooling. I decided to grease the spoon because I figure this will never come off if I don't do that. So put a little bit of avocado oil on there. Now I'm just gonna take scoops and put it on my tray. Nothing too fancy looking, certainly. There's actually a candy bar out here, like in Colorado, that's like a cherry nougat thing. And I'm kind of wondering if it'll taste like that. The one with the cherries, that is. I've only had that once in my life, and that was like 10 years ago, so can't say I'm a real pro on that, but I guess we'll see. All right. There are all of these very beautiful pieces of Divinity Fudge, or Divinity Candy, or let's see what else, or Seafoam Candy, or Party Divinity. Take your pick. All right, so now I'm going to take these and I'm gonna put them, I'm actually just gonna leave them out for a bit, maybe like 30 minutes, and then I'm gonna put them in the fridge to make sure they really harden up, and then we'll try them. All right, so I gave them a couple of hours to solidify and chill and whatnot, and they did turn out pretty well. I mean, they're like they're slightly soft. They're like little, let's see that. So I'll give this one a try. Well, they're really sweet. Almost like too sweet. Well, I see why people say they're from the South. They're like way too sweet. I feel like maybe if you made them with a little less sugar, they might be better actually. But I mean, they're not all that bad. I just don't know how you could just eat these. They're just like pure sweetness. Yeah. They're not the most appetizing thing to look at, but I can't say they're terrible. They're just way too sweet. But I guess, and I was looking up while I was waiting for these to set. There's a candy called Big Cherry. It's not really like a thing anymore, but it's basically what these are. It's what they taste like a lot. I think just if you did less sugar in them, they would taste a lot like that. So yeah, there's that. There's first time in my life, Divinity Candy or Divinity Fudge, whatever you want to call it, I guess is what they're called. So I'm not sure how she was able to send these to the boys in the service. I mean, they're not really delicate, but they just feel like it wouldn't take much and they would just dissolve or break apart. So I don't know, but yeah, they're not that bad. It's just, I don't know, it's kind of weird, and it's another strange recipe from my community cookbook. There's a whole lot more of those kinds of recipes in there. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you want to try these and make them for yourself, you certainly can at home, and I hope you liked them more than I did, so I'll see you next time.